And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the E-Estate Revolution. My name is Vaughn with the E-Estate Revolution. I am your host, and this is where you want to be, right? This is the destination every single Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time in the Western Hemisphere, United States, but we're broadcasting worldwide. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. We're going everywhere, worldwide, live is seeing the e-estate revolution, because that's exactly what this is. This is a revolution of live broadcasting, bringing you the latest news from e-estate, everything in one place, everything in one webinar, right? So that you do not miss out on the week's most important updates. Now, as you guys know, I also come on Wednesdays, right? And I do a sales training for all of our agents out there who are looking to expand their business, their e-estate business. And I go over some basic sales tactics, right? And train you in things that work when it comes to sales, when it comes to psychology, when it comes to dealing with people. Because when you're in sales, it's all about knowing how to talk to people. And a lot of the first impressions are made in the first 4 or 5 seconds that you interact with somebody, right? So very good stuff. We're doing it every single Wednesday, but it's not at any specific time. So when you see me live, just click on over. And if you miss the live, guess what? Just watch the replay, right? Because we're having a lot of people come back through on all of the platforms and watch those sales replays and having a lot of good feedback. I've also gotten a question, right, that I've gotten from multiple people when it comes to e-estate and when it comes to the platform. It's a bit of an advanced question, but we're going to get into that tonight. So you want to make sure that you're on the broadcast, because after I finish up bringing you the latest news, we're going to get into the question, which is specifically, why does e-estate not publish the specific addresses of the properties, right? This is a question I've gotten multiple times because we are dealing with tokenized ownership, right? And for that ownership, people want to be able to have that specific address. But there's a reason why. And I took that question to the top leadership of e-estate, and I'm going to give you the answer that I gave you. Now, before that they gave me, before we crack into it, what I want you to understand, guys, is that this webinar is a message from e-estate being translated through me and going to you, right? This is not me just making things up. Right? This is messages from e-estate coming through me and going to you. So this is what the platform, the company, wants to give. Now, you, as the person who is an agent, a prospective agent, an investor, a prospective investor, what you have to understand is that you need to do your own due diligence and never get involved with something that you don't fully understand, especially the risks associated with investing in the crypto space. Because in the crypto space, you can make a lot more money and you can make it faster, but there's more risk involved, right? So the less risk involved, right, the less money you're potentially making, but some would say that's a safer approach. Crypto is never a safer approach. So you never invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. You withdraw early, you withdraw often, you practice mental toughness, and make sure that you are diversified in your own personal portfolio. Okay, don't throw all of your eggs in the same basket, and make sure that you understand the company that you're dealing with. Okay, so my job here is to make sure that I'm bringing you the latest news. Your job is to make sure you do your due diligence. And remember, this is coming from the company. So if you go back to me directly, most of the time, I'm just going to direct you back to the leadership of the company. Okay, but if it is something that I can help you with, I'll help you. Now, a word about the Q&A. We do a Q&A after the thing is over. So if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. If you just want to say hello, drop it in the chat. We like to have a kind of informal approach here, right? We like to get to know one another, talk to one another, be real. And that's one of the reasons why, because I give you the truth. I don't sugarcoat anything. I talk to you. You respect me. I respect you, right? We can talk. We can go back and forth. There's no question too difficult. There's nothing you could be afraid to ask. We are all here, okay, for the same reason, right? To get together and to have a powwow, right? To have a little powwow about e-estate. So we've got Lynn FM saying hello. Hello to you, Lynn. Always good to have you on the broadcast. I hope that you're having a great night, day, afternoon, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Hey, Killeen from Texas. What's up, Killeen? Happy to have you here on the broadcast. Great. So, guys, let's go ahead. That question. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share here. All right. We're going to do the entire screen. Boom, boom. And we're going to add it. Bam. Cheryl is in the house. Cheryl has 3 properties. What's going on, Cheryl? 318. Great to have you here. I'm glad that you have 3 properties. Best of luck to you in this opportunity, right? And I hope that you get a lot out of tuning in to this broadcast, because we're bringing you guys the latest and greatest news, and we do it like nobody else in the space does, and that you can count on. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get into the e-estate Christmas property bonus. Okay, so this is the e-estate Christmas property bonus. All right, let's talk about it. And yes, if there is freezing, I just want to let you guys know that it can happen. And, you know, what we're doing the best that we can with the technology that we have, such as it is. There's been a lot of storms and snowstorms and hailstorms and things of that nature coming through. And apart from that, I live in an area that, hey, we just don't have great internet to start with, right? So, you know, I apologize if there's any freezing or anything like that. I promise it won't last long. So hang in there with me, guys, and I greatly appreciate it. And we got Batty in the house. What's up, Batty? Great to have you here, and thank you for tuning in. If you guys got anything to say, if you got any questions, hey, just let me know. No problem. We will talk about it. Christmas property bonus at e-estate. Let's look at this, guys. This is for December of plan year, right? 2025. This is the Christmas bonus, the e-estate Christmas property bonus, right? Land plot, LA Villas, commercial property, lake house bonus, lake house plus 500 ETK. Let's talk about it. So the holiday season, right, is the perfect moment to strengthen your investment portfolio, right? e-estate is launching exclusive bonuses for investors who want to maximize their capital growth before the end of the year. Okay, so here's the bonuses, guys. This is the December bonuses for tokenized real estate purchases. Okay, you've got the lake house. You get a Christmas bonus of plus 500 ETK, right? Phoenix, you get plus 25 EST. Now, when you're dealing with EST, that's actual tokenized ownership of part of that lake house, $250 worth, that's going to pay you, right? It's going to pay you daily for the 18-month daily pay period, right? And then it's going to convert over to the 10% per year after the 18 months. Okay, so that's really cool. So the lake house, you get 500 ETK, right? Which is extra spins on the bonus wheel. Guys, last week, somebody hit that $1,000 bonus, right? Somebody hit that $1,000 bonus. And let me tell you, the guy who hit it, he really does deserve it. He really does. So shout out to you who hit that $1,000 bonus. You deserve it. Hey, to him who has, he shall receive more, right? To him who has, he shall receive more. And the Los Angeles land plot Christmas bonus, 312 EST. Okay, 312 EST. So that is a great value of EST in that Los Angeles land plot. Okay, so once again, the EST is money that actually pays you because it's tokenized property. So you get tokenized property. The EST is more tokenized property that you get on top of the property that you already have. You get additional payments every single day. So very, very nice bonuses, right? Generous, I would say, bonuses. Now, bonuses apply to all purchases made through December 31st, right? After this date, the program will close. So it's the Christmas property bonus. It's a limited offer, okay? It's for investors who don't want to miss the moment. This is the most strategic time to strengthen your portfolio and enter 2026 with a greater share of real income generating assets, okay, per e-estate. Now, we also have the Christmas Power Challenge. Okay, this is the e-estate December Power Challenge with Phoenix. You can win Phoenix property, LA villas, cash rewards, 9th of December through the 8th of January. The promo code is Power2025. Here's how it works, guys. This is our biggest end of the year competition, and it's officially live. 10 agents. Okay, 10 agents will rise to the top and win exclusive rewards from eEstate. All right, this month's grand prizes are real tokenized properties, right? The commercial property in Phoenix, 10,270 USD. 3 Los Angeles villas, 3,120 USD each. Plus cash rewards, EST and ETK for all top 10 finalists. So once again, this is, we're talking over $10,000 in bonus, right? So that's awesome, right? Any company that gives you a $10,000 bonus, hey, they're all right in my book. Plus you get cash rewards, EST, ETK for all the top 10 finalists. How do you join? All right, the question is, how do you join? Well, this month's grand prizes, right, are achieved by winning in that top 10 and send the promo word Power2025 to eEstate support. Okay, eEstate support, right? And that is where you want to send your code. Only after registering will your EST sales be counted in the ranking. So all sales made for this challenge will not be credited to your upline agent. Your results belong entirely to you. Okay, so you put in Power2025 to the eEstate support email. Okay, and once again, that's how you do it. Now, the tracking period is going on from December 9th to January 8th. Okay, ranking is based on the total volume of EST sales. The top 10 agents with the highest production secure the prizes. Okay, winner announcement. The winners will be announced on January 9th, 2026. Okay, January 9th, 2026. All right, each finalist will receive their prizes, EST, ETK, USD, along with the official December Power Challenge recognition. Close the year strong, right? Start 2026 even stronger, push your limits, compete, and win. Okay, so, what are we doing? We got Christmas bonuses going on. We got Christmas challenges going on. You got a property bonus. You got the Power Challenge. Hey, what do you think, guys? Do you think that they're wanting to push right now to get more people into the platform? I don't know. What do you think? Right? I think maybe that's what's going on. Okay, I don't know. Could be wrong. All right, so next we're going to look at the Dream Life Financial Group, and this is an interesting piece of news. The eEstate Shop official merch is out now, right? So if you want to represent the eEstate official merch, it's out now, right? You can get an eEstate company sweater, right? You can do an eEstate t-shirt, right? This is created for investors and agents building the next generation of digital real estate, all right? You wear the brand that grows with you, right? So, hey, this is always a good thing, especially if you're a social person, social butterfly, if I may. You like to talk to people, right? And you want to go out and get the hat or get the shirt. And you're going out, you're shopping, and they say, "Hey, what is that?" Right? Hey, well, this is a company that I'm involved in. It's called eEstate, tokenized real estate, cutting edge stuff. It's in the crypto space. Would you like to know more about it? Boom. Here's an invitation to the Sunday night webinar, or here's an invitation to one of our agent accelerators. It's a great way to to connect with people and just to own more of what it is that you're doing here, and to you really have that team spirit and the feeling of being part of something, and we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, right? We're all rooting for eEstate to go the distance, right? We want eEstate to go the distance. And so it's cool that they're releasing stuff like this. I always like that, especially when I was younger, right? I like to wear the shirts and stuff of things that I was involved with. Definitely interesting stuff there. So that's eestate.shop/collections/all. So if you want to check it out, it's https eestate.shop/collections/all. Right? That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we're also doing on this broadcast tonight is we're featuring the eEstate e-wallet, right? So basically what this is your own wallet that is in the eEstate tokens in your back office. So your back office, if you've joined, your back office also has a wallet that's designated to everything that you do in eEstate, right? It's the eEstate wallet. It's your personal financial hub inside the eEstate ecosystem. You got instant deposits. You got instant withdrawals. You got seamless internal transactions between users, right? That's where it really gets interesting. If you want to shoot some of your money over to somebody else, hey, you can do that, right? And if you're looking for somebody to shoot some money to, I'll give you my wallet address. Okay, just let me know, right? Your balance moves exactly when you need it, fast, direct, and secure. You got 32 plus supported payment methods, guys, all in one place. USDT, the TRC20 chain, the ERC20, BEP, Sol, TON, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, Avalanche, USDC, ERC20, BEP20, Sol, Polygon. You got Bitcoin, BEP20 on the Bitcoin chain. You got Ethereum, ERC20 on the Ethereum chain, BEP20 on Ethereum chain, Litecoin, Tron, Ripple, Solana, Doge, Toncoin, Polygon. You got the Near blockchain, Dash, Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, and the official Trump Sol, right? So if you just can't get enough of the Donald, right? The Donald, you can use his token to put into your eEstate wallet, right? Now, one thing that I will say that I like about the Donald, right, is that his family is heavily involved in crypto, and he has loosened regulations on that. So shout out to you, President Trump, for doing that. Minimum withdrawals start from just $1. Internal transfers are instant, easy, and feel effortless. Your e-wallet is part of the licensed financial infrastructure of eEstate, built for speed, protection, and full transparency. Experience your e-wallet today, the financial engine behind eEstate, okay? So that's how that works, guys. And you'll know what I'm talking about. We just want to feature different things on this channel and on these news nights. And the thing is, if you're part of this, right, you already know about the wallet, right? I mean, you've got your ETK where you can spin the wheel, win up to $1,000, right? You've got your internal wallet, right, where your tokens are there. Now, if you want to see your tokens, you can see those on the blockchain. There's links to that everywhere. You can see your actual ownership investment on the blockchain because those tokens represent your ownership investment in the properties, okay? And you can view them there on the blockchain. And I encourage you to do so, especially learn about how the blockchain works, learn about what you're looking at, and learn traded on any of the markets, right? That's another important thing to look for. Right now, everything with eEstate is in-house, right? So that's a good thing in that it's all in one place. But remember, with that, the money's not being traded around in the markets. It's all just in one place, and your tokens represent what the company says that they represent, right? So don't forget that. Now, let's get into that question, right? And then if anybody has any questions or comments or anything like that, now's the time. Because after I get into the answer to this, we're going to do the Q&A, and I would love to chat with you guys. If we don't have a lot of questions or comments coming in, you can always drop your comment. If you're watching this on the replay, drop your comment, drop your question, and I'll try to get at it at next week's webinar. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. So the question was, and let me go ahead and turn this off. The question was, guys, how come the addresses of the properties are not listed on the site? How come I can't just go to the address, right? How come it's not listed? Well, that's a good question, right? That's a good question. So what I did was I took that question to the upper echelons of leadership, right? Because, you know, I talk to them. I ask them questions, right? They talk to me. I talk to them. You know, it's like that. And so I said, hey, so what is the deal? What's the reason why these don't have actual physical addresses that people can look up? I mean, obviously, the properties have physical addresses somewhere, right? But this was the response that I got, right? And I wanted to share it with you guys, okay? I wanted to share it with you guys. And let me open something up here real quick. I know I have the answer to your question because I just sent an email to them. All right, so Cheryl, let me answer your question and then I'll get into this other one. info@eestate.co. So it's info@e-estate.co. So if anybody wants to do that power challenge, info@e-estate.co is the email that you need to use. Let me put it in the comments section. Hopefully it will spread out to all the other social medias I got going on right now. So info@e-estate.co. There it is. It's an email address, right? It's an email address. Okay. So once again, send that over there. And that is, you're going to send the word power 2025, and then you'll be in. So, right. Send that in, and then, get your family and friends to give you their driver's license and sign up and throw a bunch of money in there, and don't do that. Okay, don't do that. I'm being facetious. All right, so let's answer this question, right? How come the addresses aren't there? Okay, this is the response that I got, right? Most of the properties that are rented on a short-term basis are listed on platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. Okay, so that's the first premise. Most of the properties that are rented on a short-term basis are listed on platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. Their policies do not allow public disclosure of exact property addresses before a booking is confirmed. This is a standard security measure. Following the same institutional approach, property addresses on eEstate are not published publicly by default for legal, security, and operational reasons. Publicly displaying addresses before or during tokenization could expose assets to unnecessary risks, including tenant interference, speculation, or third-party pressure, right? What matters for the investor is not public visibility of the address, but the legal ownership structure and contractual protection. Each property is held through a dedicated SPV or LLC, and every investor receives a legally binding contract together with blockchain verification of ownership and income rights. When necessary, property details are disclosed directly to verified investors or agents through official channels. Right? This approach protects the asset, tenants, and the investment structure while maintaining transparency where it truly matters. So that is the response that I got. Okay, so basically what I take from that is that if you have a partial ownership there, right? And in that partial ownership, you want to try to get the address, hey, just shoot them a direct message, and they should give you the address, because they said here that verified investors or agents can get the actual property details disclosed through official channels, but they don't put the address up there following an institutional approach that they have cited on platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. And what they're saying is, hey, for reasons of security, right? We get rental income from these properties, and so that's one of the reasons why we don't put them on blast in public. There's the answer, right? I asked, I got the answer, I shared it with you. Why? Because I bring you the sauce. I bring you the latest sauce, right? That's what you got to understand, right? I bring you the sauce. So we have a question from FMVM, and hey, welcome FMVM. Good to see you here. I hope that you're having a great night. Thank you for the question. And this question is, want to learn how this e-wallet works. Want to learn how this e-wallet works. So the e-wallet is very simple, right? The e-wallet is in your back office, right? So if you go to your back office in your e-estate platform, it'll be right there when you open up the screen. So right there when you open up the screen, it'll say e-wallet. It'll say it, whatever one you prefer. If you want to look at it in USD, click USD. If you want to look at an e-token, click e-token. And then when you open the wallet, it will take you to the wallet where you can deposit or withdraw. You can and you can use whatever type of crypto you want. I mean, any of the Tether cryptos are there, the Solana, the Doge, all of those cryptos that I went over with you, the Toncoin, Dash, the Near Protocol, Zcash, the official Trump token, all of them can be used and attached to that wallet. And what that means is you can liquefy your ETK, right, or your EST, right, your tokens, and just send them out to your whatever crypto wallet you're using. If you use a decentralized wallet, or if you use Coinbase, or whatever it is you use, right? So that's how the wallet works, and it's pretty convenient, and it's also convenient for keeping everything in house. So with this platform, you get in-house tokenization, you get an in-house wallet, you get an in-house dashboard, you get an in-house back office, right? And you've got it all there once you join. Now, from there, you have the ability to either invest in properties or become an agent, or do both, right? If you want to become an agent, you have to pay $90 a year or $9 a month to get onboarded as an agent. You will have to KYC for both properties and agency. You will have to sign contracts for both properties and agency when you buy. So there's a lot of above board stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff cannot be. You will have to do the know your customer KYC process on this. But once you do that, now you can get into the properties, right? All you got to do is click on buyer, click on real estate, and it'll open up all the different properties. For as low as $10, you can get a piece of tokenization of a property in the apartment in Miami, right? The Miami Brickell, the apartment in Miami, a downtown condo. You can get it as low as $10, and you will get passive income every day, right? In the amount of 0.32% through 0.52% every day, and it will come into your back office. You can then send it over to your wallet. Now you get that daily income for 18 months, right? So that's a hardcore growth push. Now that growth push, you're going to even out at 9 or 10 months. You're going to be made whole, right? And now you've got 8 months of pure profit, daily profit, daily profit, daily profit for 8 months. That's the accelerated profits. Now, after that, after you're done with that, the 18 months is over, then it converts into 10% per year of your investment. Not as much, but still nothing to sneeze at, right? Not as much, but still nothing to sneeze at. So you got the accelerated for 18 months, then it converts over to your 10%, and that's paid out twice yearly in 5% increments. Okay, and hey, once the properties are sold out, they're going to bring in new properties right onto the platform, and you can go for another 18 months creating a passive income, right? That just comes in daily, and you've got it all right there, right? You can send it to your crypto wallet. You can then, from your crypto wallet, you can transfer it to your bank account, or however it is you want to do it, right? There's a lot of people who are making a good income with this program. There's a lot of people who are making salary level incomes here, right? Passively. Okay. And we want to keep that going. And one of the ways to keep that going, guys, is to spread the word, to remain active, right? And help others to get active onto the platform. You know, just make sure that you're doing it above board, that you're doing everything honestly, and that you're not over promising and then under delivering, right? We want to under promise and over deliver, right? We want to make sure that anything anybody is putting in, they can really afford to do that. And then we want to rejoice with them when they have that great outcome, right? That we're all looking for, right? And it's simple as that, guys. It's really simple as that. Well, as always, you guys are awesome. I thank you for the comments. I thank you for the questions. I thank you to every single person who participated. It makes it a lot better when we all participate. And we'll see you guys next week here at the E-Estate Revolution. Take care.